Welcome back, friends. You're listening to Simply Explained English. I'm Jack.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to explore another exciting story and learn some new phrases together.
How is your sense of direction? Are you good at reading maps and finding your way?
My sense of direction is, my phone. I just trust my phone completely. I put in an address and blindly follow the instructions.
I think most of us do that now. But what happens when the technology is wrong? When the GPS makes a mistake?
Oh, that sounds like a nightmare. I would be completely lost.
Exactly. And that's our story today. Our character, Tamara, was driving to a friend's wedding, and her phone decided to take her on a very, unusual shortcut.
I have a bad feeling about this, but I can't wait to hear it.
But first, just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying the podcast, please take a moment to like it. And even better, leave us a comment.
Your support helps us make more episodes. Okay, let's follow Tamara on her strange journey.
My name is Tamara. Last weekend, I was driving to a friend's wedding. It was in the countryside, in a village I had never been to before. But I wasn't worried. I had my phone's GPS. So I just put in the address and started driving. For the first hour, I followed the directions blindly, and everything was fine. Then the GPS voice told me to turn off the main highway and onto a small dirt road. I hesitated for a moment. It looked really odd, more like a path for a tractor than a road for a car. But the screen showed it was a shortcut, so I trusted the technology and made the turn. The road was narrow and bumpy. I was driving through a forest, and I started to get nervous. The road became just two muddy tracks. Finally, the GPS voice happily announced, "You have arrived." I looked up, and I saw that I had ended up in the middle of nowhere, or more specifically, a farmer's field. There was no church, no wedding, just 3 cows looking at me. Honestly, the situation was so hilarious that I almost laughed, even though I was frustrated. I was completely lost. I tried to turn the car around, but my wheels got stuck in the mud. For a minute, I felt real panic. I was late for the wedding, I was stuck in a field, and my nice, clean shoes were now covered in mud. I definitely learned that you can't always trust technology. Technology is really a double-edged sword. It can help you, but sometimes it leads you into trouble.
I love that story. I can just picture her in the car staring at the cows and the cows staring back at her.
And the final lesson is so true. Technology is a double-edged sword. The story has some brilliant words. Shall we analyze them?
Let's do it. Tamara said she followed the directions blindly. The adverb blindly, it comes from blind, which means someone who cannot see. So blindly means to do something without thinking or having enough information. It means you trust something completely without questioning it.
That's a great warning for life. For example, you should never blindly follow a stranger's advice. Let's repeat that. You should never blindly follow a stranger's advice.
The GPS sent her down a dirt road. A dirt road is a road in a rural or countryside area that is made from earth or soil, not from a hard surface like asphalt.
They can be very bumpy. For example, after the rain, the dirt road was very muddy and difficult to drive on. Now, repeat that. The dirt road was very muddy.
Before she turned, she hesitated. The verb to hesitate means to pause for a moment before you do or say something, usually because you are nervous or not certain.
It's a very natural reaction. For example, she hesitated for a second before she answered the difficult question.
A good idea to think first. Let's practice. Say this one like you're not sure. He hesitated before knocking on the door. She hesitated because the road looked odd. The adjective odd is a great word for strange or unusual. It means something is different from what you expect.
For example, the soup had a very odd taste. I couldn't tell what was in it. Let's repeat that with a confused voice. That's an odd-looking building.
But she took the road because the GPS said it was a shortcut. A shortcut is a route that is quicker than the usual main route.
I'm always looking for a good shortcut to avoid traffic in the morning.
Aren't we all? Let's practice. Say this one like you have a secret. I know a shortcut to the beach. The road was also narrow. Narrow is an adjective that means having a small distance from one side to the other. It's the opposite of wide.
For example, the old city has very narrow streets that are difficult to drive through. Now repeat that. The city has very narrow streets.
And the road was also bumpy. Bumpy is an adjective that describes a surface that is not smooth or flat, but has many raised parts.
Like a bumpy road, or you can also say, it was a very bumpy flight because of the bad weather. Let's say that one like you're on a plane. Wow, it's a bumpy flight.
The road Tamara was on became two muddy tracks. The adjective muddy means covered by or full of mud, which is wet soil.
A very practical word, especially in winter. You can say, please take off your muddy shoes before you come inside.
Very important rule in my house. Let's practice that. Repeat. My car is so muddy. And in the field, she found 3 cows. A cow is a large female farm animal that is kept for its milk and meat.
It's a simple word, but good to know. For example, the children loved seeing the cows at the farm. Now, repeat that sentence. The children loved seeing the cows.
Tamara said she ended up in a farmer's field. To end up is a very common phrasal verb. It means to finally be in a place or situation that you did not plan or expect.
Exactly. For example, we planned to go to the beach, but because of the rain, we ended up watching a movie at home. Let's repeat that. We ended up watching a movie at home.
And where she ended up was in the middle of nowhere. This is a great idiom. It means a place that is very far from any towns or cities, a remote and isolated place.
You can say, their car broke down in the middle of nowhere and they had no phone signal. Let's say that with a feeling of being lost. Their car broke down in the middle of nowhere and they had no phone signal.
Even though she was frustrated, Tamara thought the situation was hilarious. Hilarious is an adjective that is stronger than funny. It means extremely funny.
The comedian's jokes were hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing.
Tamara's story was pretty hilarious too. Let's practice. Say this one with a big laugh in your voice. That movie was hilarious. But at the same time, she was frustrated. The adjective frustrated means feeling annoyed or upset because you are unable to do something or solve a problem.
It's a common feeling when technology doesn't work. For example, I was so frustrated because I couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi. Let's say that with an annoyed voice. I'm so frustrated with all this traffic.
So she was stuck, and she was completely lost. This is a simple but strong phrase. It means you have no idea where you are.
For example, I took a wrong turn in the city and was soon completely lost. Let's say that with a panicked voice. I think we are completely lost.
Her wheels got stuck in the mud. The adjective stuck means unable to move from a particular position.
It can be literal, like a car stuck in mud, or figurative. For example, I'm stuck on the last question of my homework. Let's practice the literal meaning. The key is stuck in the lock.
The story ends with a great lesson. Technology is a double-edged sword. This idiom means that something has both advantages and disadvantages. It has both good and bad sides.
Being famous is a perfect example. It's a double-edged sword because you are rich, but you lose your privacy.
That's a great way to put it. Let's practice the idiom. Repeat after me. Social media is a double-edged sword. And the final verb, to lead. In this context, to lead someone into trouble means to cause them to get into a bad situation.
Yes, it's about cause and effect. Following bad advice can lead you into trouble. Let's repeat that with a serious voice. Following bad advice can lead you into trouble.
Fantastic. That's all of our key phrases. You all did a wonderful job.
Now that you understand all the vocabulary, let's listen to Tamara's story one last time from start to finish. Just relax and see how much you understand now.
My name is Tamara. Last weekend, I was driving to a friend's wedding. It was in the countryside, in a village I had never been to before. But I wasn't worried. I had my phone's GPS, so I just put in the address and started driving. For the first hour, I followed the directions blindly, and everything was fine. Then the GPS voice told me to turn off the main highway and onto a small dirt road. I hesitated for a moment. It looked really odd, more like a path for a tractor than a road for a car. But the screen showed it was a shortcut, so I trusted the technology and made the turn. The road was narrow and bumpy. I was driving through a forest, and I started to get nervous. The road became just two muddy tracks. Finally, the GPS voice happily announced, "You have arrived." I looked up and I saw that I had ended up in the middle of nowhere, or more specifically, a farmer's field. There was no church, no wedding, just 3 cows looking at me. Honestly, the situation was so hilarious that I almost laughed, even though I was frustrated. I was completely lost. I tried to turn the car around, but my wheels got stuck in the mud. For a minute, I felt real panic. I was late for the wedding, I was stuck in a field, and my nice, clean shoes were now covered in mud. I definitely learned that you can't always trust technology. Technology is really a double-edged sword. It can help you, but sometimes it leads you into trouble.
And we're back. It's so much clearer the second time, right?
It is. Now for our final practice with our new format. Just listen to the first sentence and then repeat it aloud with us on the second one. Ready?
First one, blindly. Repeat it with me. Blindly. He signed the contract blindly. He signed the contract blindly.
Next, dirt road. Let's pronounce it together. Dirt road. The house was at the end of a long dirt road. The house was at the end of a long dirt road.
And now, to hesitate. Say it clearly. To hesitate. If you need help, don't hesitate to ask. If you need help, don't hesitate to ask.
Next up, odd. Repeat it after me. Odd. That's an odd-looking building. That's an odd-looking building.
Let's try this one. Shortcut. Let's say it together. Shortcut. Let's take a shortcut through the park. Let's take a shortcut through the park.
Moving on. Narrow. Repeated clearly. Narrow. The bridge is very narrow. The bridge is very narrow.
Almost there. Bumpy. Let's pronounce it together. Bumpy. It was a bumpy ride. It was a bumpy ride.
A good one. Muddy. Repeat it after me. Muddy. My shoes are muddy from the rain. My shoes are muddy from the rain.
And cow. Let's say it together. Cow. The cow is eating grass in the field. The cow is eating grass in the field.
Next, to end up. Repeat it clearly. To end up. I ended up at the wrong house. I ended up at the wrong house.
An idiom. In the middle of nowhere. Repeat the phrase. In the middle of nowhere. His car stopped in the middle of nowhere. His car stopped in the middle of nowhere.
Next one. Hilarious. Let's pronounce it. Hilarious. Your story was hilarious. Your story was hilarious.
And frustrated. Say it clearly. Frustrated. She was frustrated with the slow computer. She was frustrated with the slow computer.
Almost done. Completely lost. Let's say the idiom, completely lost. Without a map, I was completely lost. Without a map, I was completely lost.
Next, stuck. Let's pronounce it stuck. My car is stuck in the snow. My car is stuck in the snow.
An idiom, double-edged sword. Repeat after me, double-edged sword. My phone is a double-edged sword. My phone is a double-edged sword.
And the final one, to lead. Say it with a strong voice. To lead. Bad decisions can lead to problems. Bad decisions can lead to problems.
Closing.
Wow! That was a really fun one. A great story and a fantastic practice session.
It was. Now it's your turn. Our question for you is, do you trust technology 100%?
Playful. Let us know your thoughts and your stories in the comments section. We love reading them.
That's all we have for you today. Until next time, keep practicing.
Friendly final. Bye for now.